Welcome back to Seller 441 Toyota podcast. I'm Ben, and I got with me Demetrio. Demetrio is one of our top sales managers here at the store. He does a great job with customers. Demetrio pulled me aside and he's like, "Hey Ben, I got questions for you." I said, "Hold your questions for the podcast." All right, so there he is.
I'm not coming like management. I'm coming here more like a customer. There's a lot of questions that we get asked all the time.
Okay.
I'm going to go with first one. The first one is going to be if it's best to lease or finance. Can you elaborate on that and help our people here?
Of course I can. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, it is a little bit complicated question. So I'm going to address it in three different parts. Part one, what are you using the vehicle for? If the customer is changing cars every 2-3 years and they want the newer technology, they want the newer car, they want the car to be under warranty all the time, so yeah, lease makes a lot of sense. What is the benefits of leasing in this case? You know, the customer have less is less exposed when he's leasing the car, because the lien holder, which is the bank who's writing down now the lease, is the one who owns the car, and his obligation is that monthly payment he makes every month. If the market changes, if there is, God forbid, any changes in the market where the vehicle's value drops down, or if there is hurricanes, floods, whatever it is, the consumer has less. He's less exposed. He doesn't have to pay anything out of pocket. As long as he made his payment and he has his insurance on the vehicle, he has no liability. The car is off his hand. He doesn't have to worry about the Carfax having anything on it. He doesn't have to worry about any depreciation value on the vehicle. He just drives the car, his commitment. I'm committed to 3 years. I want to drive this car for 3 years, and I'm going to return it, and I'm going to get another one.
And would he have a commitment on the mileage too?
Yes.
I guess people would want to know.
That's correct. So one of the benefits of doing leases is you commit upfront to the mileage.
Okay.
Some people think it's not an advantage. In my opinion, it's an advantage because you know your driving habits. You live in, for example, Boca, and you drive, 25 miles a day, or you're in anywhere in South Florida. So you're using this car to commute. You're driving about 1,000 miles a month, 12,000 miles a year. So your commitment to the lease will be 36,000 miles in 3 years. So you don't have to worry about, your under miles, over miles. You don't have to worry about maintenance. You don't have to worry none of that. That's one nice advantage about leasing. So you're just committing to that monthly payment and you're done. And another advantage of leasing, in this case, is when you lease a car, you don't pay that sales tax, that whole sales tax on the amount of vehicle. So if you buy a $20,000 car, okay, you don't pay sales tax on a $20,000. No, you pay sales tax on the monthly payments that you have the car only, to 3 years. So usually it's about half of that. So you have a lot of advantages of leasing.
Another question that they asked, now that we're in the topic of leasing, can you purchase the vehicle?
Yes.
After lease is done?
So that takes me now to number two in leasing. Other people who can lease are people who want the car and they maybe want it for 5-6 years, but they want an easier way to get this car, more affordable way to get the car. So they do a lease commitment, which means for 3 years they commit to that monthly payment, and then at the end of 3 years they'll check their financial situation. They get that promotion they were waiting on. They get that bump in their salary. And now they can afford a bigger payment to own the car they really wanted. That happens all the time with our Toyota buyers. They come and they do, for example, lease a RAV4. If they came in and finance that RAV4, their payment would be $700-800. They come and do a lease and they're paying $500. And at the end of 3 years, now they buy the car and then they take advantage of financing, their career, something changed in their career, because a lot of things happen after 3 years. And that's what I tell my customers, hey, lease the car, and then when you get that promotion you're waiting in 3 years, or when you graduate college, or when you become a manager, a supervisor at your job, and you make more, you can afford more, and then you can either keep the car or come and say, hey, listen, I'm done with it, let me get another one, let me get a better one. But that's an advantage of leasing. You can buy the car at the end of the lease.
You would say that would be the term that everybody like uses, lease to buy.
A lot of people do that lease. So with the lease contracts now, the customer have 3 options. Okay, they can lease the car and return it at the end of the lease, which means they come to the dealer, return the keys, and say, hey, I'm done with the car. Here is the car. You can do your inspection, check the miles, and I'm done, and walk away. Option number 2, at the end of the lease, they can say, hey, listen, I like this car. I took care of it. It's what I like. I can afford the finance option now, and they just buy it. And then they drive home with their own car. And option 3 is after 3 years, and this happens a lot in the Toyota world, after 3 years, they say, hey, before I return this lease, can you check the value compared to my payoff? See if I have equity. And then they happen to have equity, and guess what? They walk away with a check. Or they roll that positive equity to the next purchase. I've seen that a lot happen. People lease a Toyota, and after 3 years, they walk away with a check. How about that? You lease a car and you walk away with a check. Isn't that amazing?
That sounds like a great deal.
Yes, and then option. So I talked to you about option 2. You know, people who lease the car for affordability. And option 3 is really for the business owners who need that write-off. They just do it because that's the way to do it for their businesses. They get the car, they write it off, and they don't have to worry about depreciation. They don't have to worry about anything else. So, and with their accountant, that's how they do that deal. The amortization, you know, that depreciation, they know exactly what it is. When they sign the contract of that lease, they know the residual value, and they know the purchase price, and they write off what they need to write off. So each business is different. Accountants will take care of it, but that's...
I guess talk to your CPA.
Yes, always talk to your CPA, but that's usually how it goes with the leasing. Now, let me tell you something. There is some cars people should only lease. You know, those fun cars that, you know, you buy them today. You buy them, for example, MSRP is $70,000. They're fun cars, and they depreciate a lot, and when you drive off the lot, yeah, so those cars, I would definitely say don't buy those, just lease them. That way you don't take the hits on the trade-in, you don't take the hits on the depreciation. And I don't want to name any cars because I don't want to be bad-mouthing any...
You don't want to be that Ben.
No, I don't want to talk bad about some cars because they're good cars. It's just the market's not fair to them, so they depreciate. So, yeah, I
think lease is a great option then.
100%. But should everybody lease? No.
No. Okay.
Because if you are able to financially just buy the car, and your plan is to keep it for a long time, yeah, you just buy your car, do your standard financing. If you're driving miles, just get an extended warranty on the car, get a maintenance plan, and be done with it. And then you don't have to worry about what happened because that's the car you chose, that's the car you want to buy, and then you get the tax benefits when you want to trade it. If you want to give it to a family member, sell it, you don't have to go through paying it off and then selling it. I mean, yeah, if you can just buy the car, then just buy it. But leasing has some benefits. That's why I'm answering your question.
I love it. I think you answered everything concern that a lot of people have on the lease.
Okay, sounds good. All right, what else you got for me? What's the other question?
Okay, there's one that they ask a lot too. Is it best to buy at the end of the month or Christmas? Give me the secret. When is the best time, Mr. Ben, to buy? Give us the inside.
Oh my God. You know I run a dealership, so every day I have to sell cars. I don't have to sell cars at the end of the month or...
Is it a myth then?
It's not a myth. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm going to be very honest. It's a demand and supply, okay? there's not a specific day, but it's demand and supply. And I will tell you what happens at the end of the month, and I will tell you what happened at the end of the year. So,
Ooh, we're gonna get the inside.
so at the end of every month, uh, the dealerships, the last week of the month, the dealerships figure out what is their goals, what they need to sell. So they start breaking down. Okay, we got to sell 300 cars, for example, this month, and we only have 150. So the next 7 days, we got to crank up the sales. What does it mean for the customer? They're not going to say no to a deal. Or if a deal makes sense, the dealership's going to take it. They're going to say, okay, I need to, for example, dealers for Toyota store, for example, will need to sell 40 RAV4s, 25 Camrys, 25 Corollas before the end of the month. So they got those cars identified. So they got to go. So somebody's going to show up before the end of the month. They're going to work that deal aggressively. It doesn't mean that they don't work a good deal in the beginning of the month. In the beginning of the month, they just work in deals, and then they don't have that urgency to move the car. Okay, they will work tough deals, but they will not have that same urgency. But towards the end of the month, the urgency is there. Now, we'll go to the end of the year. It's a little bit different. Towards the end of the year, the supply is there because the manufacturers, they figured out, okay, we could probably sell this amount of cars by the end of the year. Okay, whether it's Honda, Suzuki, whatever the brand is. So they want to push a lot of sales. So they load dealers with inventory. And the dealers now have all this inventory. And throughout the year, the dealers, they will accrue some money for marketing that they didn't spend. So now they have this budget in marketing, this budget in incentives that they didn't spend. And they have this inventory. So what they say, okay, and then manufacturer will have the same type of deal. They accrued money and marketing and incentives. So they'll put everything together, and you have a end of the year sale, and then it's usually very, very aggressive. A lot of inventory gets pushed. Most of the sales, I mean, usually December is the best month for all dealers and all manufacturers. They sell most cars, and also because customers are prepared and the inventory is there. There's more cars available to buy. Now, do I encourage people to not buy a car throughout the year till December? No. Because in December, you're going to buy what is available. You're not going to buy
what the inventory
Yes,
is.
You're not necessarily going to get the car you want. You're going to walk into a dealership. You're going to want to get a deal. Well, the deal is on what you see. It's not necessarily what you want, but it's what's available. And then, honestly, a lot of dealers now, they do a better job strategizing. Like they do. I mean, for example, I don't try to put myself or my customers in the position where they only get a good deal at the end of the year or at the end of the month. We do what we call forecasting and planning. So from day one, from the beginning of the month, all my staff, all my managers, I mean, you know that. You know exactly.
I'm a customer right now. Okay. So I don't know. Okay, you would say?
We know exactly how many cars we need to sell. We know exactly what is our quota. And Camry, Corolla, Tundra, Tacoma. We know exactly what we need to sell, and we strategize, and we divide and conquer. We don't wait till the last 10 days. We don't wait till the last 7 days to get aggressive and to get crazy and start sell cars. No, we do it all throughout the whole month. And then same thing is for December. We balance it from day one in December. We start the deals from the beginning of December. Because we know, I mean, I look at the pipeline, what cars are coming to me. I look how many of each model I'm going to get. And I decide, okay, listen, we need to get aggressive from day one. We cannot wait till the last 10 days of the month. We cannot wait till, Christmas, the day after Christmas. No, we start now, and then we strategize and divide and conquer, and we make it happen. And customers like it, to be honest.
No, I was going to say that. That sounds like customer service.
Well, you know why? You know why? Because I don't want a customer to buy a car today, and then they drive home, and then 2 days later, I have that same car for less money. And that's not fair to the customer who just bought a car. No, it's the same deal all month with me. I think, just like a consumer, I want to do the right thing by customers.
It's it. a right time to finance a vehicle here in 441 Toyota with the market how it is now?
What do you mean? Like, what is the exact question? Are you talking about interest rates?
I'm talking about interest rate.
Okay.
People are hesitating right now. Well,
look, there have been, like a couple cuts already this year. Interest rates are a lot better. And to be honest with you, interest rate, I know it's a big factor. Look, interest rates has to do with affordability. Like how much you're going to pay for a car every month. But as a dealer, at Southern 441 Toyota, we're very aware of this. So if the interest rate is higher, what do we need to do to make the car affordable? We got to make a better deal to make sure that it makes sense. So it's not just the interest rate that determines the affordability or the monthly payment of the car. Okay, there's other factors. I mean, one of them is terms. And banks now have very competitive terms. So they can find terms that make that contract, that finance contract, affordable to the customers. The other one is the price of the vehicle and the incentives, rebates, trade value. So
Toyota would give incentive?
There is incentives. Of course, we have incentives. We have rebates, dealer cash, all that stuff is available because we understand if the interest rate's high and we drive the price higher, we're going to have a lot full of cars, but that's not what we want. Yeah. So what we are doing is we want to make sure we're right there when it comes to affordability. So interest rates can fluctuate. It can go up and down. It's just like, the housing market. Just because interest rate went up, it doesn't mean people didn't buy houses. No. Because cars are a necessity in life. It's not like a toy or something. It's like something you need in your, every day. So we find ways to make sure that purchase is affordable to the customer. So I would say, interest rates can go up and down, but we're not talking about $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 loans. I mean, we're talking about $20,000, $30,000 loans, 40. I mean, interest rates can change the equation by, $1 a day sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we've always find ways to make it affordable for the customer and trying to overcome that. And manufacturers already, when this happened, when interest rates went up, they adjusted. There was not a big hike in MSRPs. They were not. They try to put incentives out there. They offered very competitive leases. They also offer subvented financing. Subvented financing is where the manufacturer makes a cash contribution toward the loan to make that interest rate lower, so it's more affordable for the consumer. So we're very proactive when it comes to interest rate to make the deals affordable to the customer.
On finance is something that can a customer buy down the interest rates if we wanted to?
We don't do buy downs on finance contracts. That would be more in mortgages. And I know you have real estate background. That's why you're asking me that question.
Yes, I do.
But there's something similar. It's more like it's what we call a subvented financing.
Oh, that's
where the manufacturer will have, say for example, this month, right? Mm-hmm. We have a car that is 0% for 72 months.
Whoa.
Okay, did you just hear that?
Yes.
0% for 72 months.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's a 2026 model. Yeah, the Toyota BZ. Yeah, that's got
Toyota. Only Toyota could do something like that.
So we have some very aggressive financing and some good subvented financing. So it's the right time to buy a car. Interest rates.
You heard it from Ben. It's the right time to buy.
All right. I'll tell you what. If you want a new or pre-owned car, come see my boy Demetrio. He does a really good job taking care of customers.
We'll go to him.
Thanks for joining us at Southern 441 Toyota Podcast. Till next time.
Thanks for having me.